Alrighty, guys. So we have a lot to look forward to in the MCU. We'll obviously be talking about my thoughts on Captain America: Brave New World at the end of this podcast episode, so stay tuned for that. But just in general, I think the MCU, even regardless of my thoughts on Captain America: Brave New World, which again we'll talk about, but I think that the MCU is certainly seeming like it's on an upswing, right? With Daredevil Born Again, and then you have Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. I'm sure Ironheart, Wonder Man, not as excited about, but I even like Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So it seems like the MCU is heading in a positive direction at the very least, right? It seems like they're just trying to close out the multiverse saga in as positive of a way as possible. And then I think we're gonna get that. I suspect we're gonna get a really big wave of positivity and good vibes and good receptions with the upcoming X-Men film, and you got your Shang-Chi 2, Black Panther 3. Maybe Thor 5, who knows? But Black Panther 3, Doctor Strange 3, I think that the upcoming films are going to be all good. And key, I think, amongst all of those films that have not entered production yet, although in pre-production, is Spider-Man 4. Now, Spider-Man 4 is currently slated to release in July, of 2026, right after Avengers Doomsday and before Secret Wars. There have been a lot of rumors. I'm going to say rumors because I think that not a lot of this has been confirmed. Like, Tom Holland hasn't gone on a podcast because he went on a podcast and confirmed, Spider-Man 4 is happening. He went on Jimmy Fallon and confirmed Spider-Man 4 is happening. So that's Tom Holland. That's coming from the source. He hasn't then, come out and said, oh, yeah, we're going through some delays and stuff, because what he said on those podcast episodes and those interview appearances was that he was really excited by the story and he wouldn't come back if he didn't like the story. So, there have been reports that the whole story is being upended and whatnot. I find it a little hard to believe. Maybe there's some script changes and things going on just based on the story of the MCU so far, but I find it hard to believe that Tom Holland, who is in a position of authority, at least right now, and he has some leverage, just in terms of the fact that he is one of the executive producers, I believe, on the film, and, different things are going on that he can have a bigger say, like his contract status and whatnot. So I find it hard to believe that he signs on to the film and then watches the whole script crumble around him and he's like, oh yeah, we're still excited about it. We'll see. Maybe that is the case. I don't know. But anyways, so people have been kind of doubting, is Spider-Man 4 going to happen? Is it still going to film this year? And recently, we got a report, or we got some quotes here from an executive, the financial chief at Sony, and he had this to say about the production and the ongoing schedules of Spider-Man and also Jumanji, I guess. But anyways, so he's made some comments, and this is what he had to say. Quote, "In motion pictures, there is still some impact of the strike, such as postponement to the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2027, of theatrical releases of the next Spider-Man and Jumanji movies. However, production activity is recovering." So there you go. There is, I guess, a hint here that the Spider-Man film, Spider-Man 4, is still on track for its release date. He didn't explicitly say in this quote that Spider-Man 4 is going to happen in hitting its original July 2026 release date. He said there has been some impact, and it's kind of hard because this quote is a little cryptic, honestly, and so I'm trying to figure it out as we go along. But he said in motion, so in movies, right, there is still some impact of the strikes, which makes sense, such as the postponement of, I'm assuming that, he means to say the postponement of certain films like Spider-Man 4 and the next Jumanji to the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2027, which encompasses, right, it goes from April 1st, pretty much 2026 to March 31st, 2027. And yeah, Spider-Man 4 still fits in that window. Is this him saying that Spider-Man 4 is delayed but still going to appear, before March 31st, 2027? Because, to be frank, right, sure, it would be great to see Spider-Man 4 in July 2026. And for all we know, it has to appear right after Doomsday in order for the story to continue. We don't know. But if it comes out any time before March 31st, 2027, as of the current slate of the MCU, it will still come out before Secret Wars. So as of right now, it still seems like it's cushioning between that that 1 year release window between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. So we'll see. We'll see about that. I guess this is a reaffirmation rather, that Spider-Man 4 is on track in some sense, and we will still be getting that film sometime in 2026, or, maybe it gets pushed to February 2027, which is not, I think, the best release date for a Spider-Man film. That feels like either a Christmas or summer release, so we'll have to see about that. But I think, at the very least, it's not a bad sign. It's not like the financial chair comes out here and says, yeah, we're going to have to delay Spider-Man 4, and it's going to have to come out a little bit later, so we will see about that. Anyways, guys, what do you think about this quote here from the Sony financial chief? Do you think Spider-Man 4 will hit its original release date of July 2026, or do you think it will get delayed again? Let me know in the comments down below.